Hey guys, it's me, Made of Chen, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a very exciting new video for me. So today I am going to go ahead and try out a bunch of brand new drugstore makeup. I haven't done anything like this. I usually have like one or a couple of things, but today literally I have everything. The only thing I don't have that I wasn't able to buy because I was like, oh, why am I gonna buy it when I already have it, is foundation. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So as you guys can see, I already have my hair pulled back, and yes, I have these little things. Yes, I know I'm supposed to fold them, but I just left them as is. The first time I used it, I did fold them in, but the second time I just like, screw it, I'm not doing anything, I'm just chilling, I'm not sleeping, they're not bothering me, so I'm just gonna leave them. I feel like Akelsa, what's her name? The one who Rosario Dawson plays in Mandalorian. Yeah, I feel like her. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. So I actually do have a couple of new primers that I want to try out today. The first thing I'm gonna try out is this from e.l.f. This is their Suntouchable Whoa Glow 30 Broad Spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. This is just lightweight SPF 30, creates a glowing radiance while priming for long-lasting makeup wear, boosted with hydrating aloe, hyaluronic acid, and squalene. This sheer lotion is your daily go-to for luminous, protected skin. Get your glow on. And I can already tell you off the bat, there's a slight tint in there. I'm just scared that this one specifically is going to make me super oily. I am combo oily, so I am very scared of the stuff I use on my skin because you just never know, you know. But as you guys can see, this is what it actually looks like when you take it out. The directions don't say anything like, oh, shake it. This is just how much I took out. This is how much I pushed out. It looks like concealer. I'm a little scared, but it smells like straight up sunblock. So if you do not like the smell of sunblock, I don't suggest this. I would probably suggest the Milani BFF SPF 31. That is also a primer. That one's supposed to be just like a natural finish. So I'm gonna apply just a little bit more, just to see if it makes any more of a difference. As you guys can see, I have like that slight glow going on. You can see it on the temple right here. And then the other primer that I always apply, because I always use two. I always use one for all over the face. It's supposed to be like the main one that holds everything, and then I use another one which is just for the T-zone area, which is usually a blur / pore filler. And this is what this one claims to be. This is the e.l.f. Good Vibes Only Soft Velvet Primer. So this one says that it's supposed to, says peace, love, prep, and prime, infused with sunflower seed oil. This velvety primer blurs pores for a poreless canvas and features an amber scent that rewinds time. So it comes with this type of squeezy tube, and I'm gonna apply. Ooh, okay, this one's way different. This one is a clear consistency. It looks like a gel. You guys see that? Like, that's crazy. I was not expecting that, especially because I love, well, I don't love, because sometimes you can still see my pores, but the e.l.f. Poreless Putty, ooh, it feels really soft. It feels like I'm applying Vaseline. Oh my god. But I'm applying it where I would want to fill my pores and my lines. So it's really gonna be the T-zone area, which is gonna be right here, because I do have some frown lines, and then some I lift my eyebrows too much lines, forehead wrinkles right here. I also have my laugh lines right here, and I have some dips and scars from my acne from when I was a teenager. Those never really like kind of go away. So, and it does have a nice scent. It's not overpowering. It's, I can't explain it, but it's a little floral, but it's not. It feels smooth. And I'm just gonna let this settle, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. So I actually have also a bunch of new brushes, and let me show you guys. I have these brushes right here. So these brushes are not the Makeup by Ariel ones. Ariel. I'm so used to saying Ariel from The Little Mermaid, but Ariel. There you go. So these are the dupes for the Makeup for Ariel brushes from Morphe. Those are obviously $100. These were $35. I got these off of Amazon. It's literally like the exact same, like the whole face one, where it comes with all the face ones and the eye ones all together, and this was $35. I am using these for the first time. I just opened up the box. This is the box that it comes in. If you guys are interested in this, obviously I don't know how these are gonna work. These are the first time I'm using them. I know that they have a foundation one, a powder one, a highlighter, blush, bronzer, contour, and then obviously all these eye brushes that you guys see right here. And it has like the same handles, like the colors on the bottom. So I'm using these today. I'm actually gonna apply some powder to my brows. Usually if I don't do this step, I'll be fine if I'm only gonna wear my brow products for a couple of hours. But if I'm going full day and I want it to last, I'm gonna go ahead and put setting powder so I can suck in all the oils before I apply any of the products. I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. This is the Honest Beauty Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. So yes, I'm gonna use this to set, but I'm gonna use this for my brows. So this is the first time I'm using this. Technically this, I don't know if they sell this at Ulta, but I bought this on Amazon and I know they sell it at Target, so we're gonna stick it as Drugstore. So I just open it. It has like this weird casing in here, and then you open it. I'm scared and it's right here. It reminds me of the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Is that what it's called? The Eye All-Nighter. I have all these brushes right here and it's just kind of like, where do I go? I'm gonna go with this one. The one thing I don't like about these brushes is they actually don't have any like numbers on the bottom. They just have what they're called, which is the Jessup. That's actually the brand. So I'm just gonna grab this one right here and I'm going to dip it in there. Oh, it does have that netting, but the netting for this one is much more wider. The case, like the hole, is bigger than the Urban Decay one. I actually like the Urban Decay one a lot, but I just have such a hard time getting any powder out of there because the little hole with the net is so small. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and just apply this all over the brows. So I actually usually pat in like this and then I go in, but now I'm just going in like this. I'm just really trying to get the powder to go onto the actual skin because the skin's the one that's producing the oil, not the actual hairs. So I'm really trying to get in there. And honestly, I grabbed a little bit of the powder and it grabbed a lot and it really packed this on really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush through my brows. But as I'm brushing, I'm pretty much brushing off any excess that was stuck to the hairs. Because again, like I said, I don't want the powder on the hair. I want the powder to reach the skin under the hair because that's where the oil is being produced. So if you're oily, this is a really good like way to prevent from your eyebrows looking really glossy through the day, because at some point when you produce all the oil, and sometimes, you know, when you feel like someone could just go with the thumb and go like this and then just roll off the product, that's what you're avoiding when you apply this powder beforehand. But I'm gonna go ahead and start filling in this brow. So this is my tough brow. This is my hard brow. I have a lot of more missing hair in this brow. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna just start filling in. And I have used this eyebrow pencil before, but there's product in here, but it feels like it doesn't last enough because you're going through this brow pencil really fast. And I get it, it's cheaper than buying the Benefit My Brow, but I feel like the Benefit My Brow lasts me a while. So again, I'm lightly trying to press, and you can see that humongous line that just happened right there. So I'm just trying to blend that out. I'm not filling in the top. I usually do the top once I'm done with the rest of my makeup. I do fill in just the corner, which honestly I'm struggling to do. So corner. Yes, Mitzi. So far, it just looks really, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm barely tapping and some of this excess is going really rough on here. I think that's why I stopped using it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I did what I could with the pencil. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know if I really want to keep that because, yeah, I struggled a little bit. I struggled a lot actually. I'm gonna grab this little detailed brush right here and I'm actually gonna use this to clean up my brows. Or should I use this one? No, I could use this under. This one's like a smudge brush, a smudge under eye brush, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And also I'm gonna use this. I actually have not used this one. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camel Concealer. This is the satin finish. I decided to go with the satin finish instead of the regular one because since I am a little bit older, anything under my eyes that is drying or matte is going to accentuate my fine lines, so I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. This is the color Light Sand. If I'm not mistaken, I remember these being a little bit off on the color, so I was like, let me go ahead and grab that. So I'm just gonna apply some on the actual brush. Okay, we got one brow done. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my sponge. This is super dirty. Actually, I probably should not have used this, but at this point, I don't know. I don't want to use any other one because my actual sponge that I use, my beauty sponge that you guys always see me, is not Drugstore. It's Dose of Colors, and if anyone's bought Dose of Colors, it's not Drugstore pricing. So I'm just gonna grab this e.l.f. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Camo blending sponge. I'm just gonna blend this out, and it is dry. I have not wet it. Probably should though. I am not gonna put the concealer as my eye base, so that's also why I don't wanna put it everywhere else, and I'm blending it out. And then I'm gonna grab the brush one last time and I'm just gonna do this. So I'm pretty much trying to blend it out from the edges right here because I don't want that harsh line. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I actually have not used this in a very long time. I think the last time I used this is when I first started applying makeup, and that was back in 2015. That was like a while ago. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer. I don't even remember how this works anymore, but I'm gonna go one by one. Or yeah, like that. And I'm applying it all over the lid, all the way up to the brow bone. I hate when that concealer leaves this weird, like, it dries down and it just like leaves this weird tacky residue looking thing, because that's what's happening right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in here with this brush, tap off any excess because I have excess, and I'm just gonna tap this on to set that. This also is a good way to avoid oily eyelids through the day if you plan to apply nothing on the eyelids. I am going to apply something after, but this also sets the concealer right here and the eyelid primer you just use. Well, the eyeshadow primer. I don't know why I said eyelid. Probably because I've been saying eyelid this whole time. And the next product that I'm going to use, which honestly it's been sold out everywhere. I managed to get the last one and I bought it a month ago. But I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is the Juvia's Place, the Coffee Shop eyeshadow palette. So this is a really, like, this eyeshadow palette intrigued me to finally buy something from Juvia's Place. This reminds me of the Too Faced chocolate eyeshadow palette that they have, which is the one that I constantly use. The one thing I don't like is it doesn't have a mirror. If you've been here before, you guys know I love eyeshadow palettes that have mirrors in them, because at this point I have to look at my actual mirror, or I have to grab this mirror and go right here as I'm applying this eyeshadow. But you know, it is what it is. I'm going to go in with this color right here, and I'm going to use this as my crease slash transition color. And I'm going to grab, out of all these brushes that I have left, I'm going to grab the next fluffy one, which is this one. Grab this fluffy looking one. I'm going to try to use as many of these colors as I can. I usually don't like to apply so much eyeshadow, because after this, guys, I'm removing my makeup. I'm not going anywhere. I'm at home. Alright, so I'm going in with the color, tapping off any excess, and I'm going to tap. I like to tap the color on first. Because I like to place where I'm going with that color. And I always bring in the color that I'm using as my crease slash transition color into this V area. Because if I go like this, sometimes I tend to pull out a little bit too much. Alright. And then with a smaller brush, which is this one right here. You guys see how small this is? I'm going to go in with this color. So this is a brown, but it looks like it has like this goldish flecks of glitter in there. It's not very noticeable. I don't hope it's not very noticeable, because I'm going to use this in the crease. I'm going to concentrate it more in the crease. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start in here, and then it has more of a reddish tone of brown. I was expecting it to be more brown, like a cool brown. But I don't know if you guys can see it. It's showing up like red. And I am going a little bit higher than my actual crease, because my hooded eyelids make this disappear. So I just go slightly a little bit higher. But I do like this brush. It's very small, so you can really get in there in specific places without having to worry about overdoing it. But the color does blend out really nice. Obviously, you can go as dark as you want, as light as you want. I'm trying to stick to something a little bit natural, but not too natural. Like I said, I usually don't go with lashes or anything like that, so this is gonna be really rough for me. I wish there was another like crease brush. Like, we have two humongous ones. I need one in between this, because the next one after that is this small one. So I like the idea of it, but I don't like that part. I'm gonna go in with this brown instead. This is an actual cool tone brown. So these don't have any names to them, by the way. They just came in the casing, like the plastic thing like this. So they don't have actual color, like, names to them. So that's why I'm pointing them out to you guys today. So I'm going to go back in with this same brush. Obviously, I'm going in with a darker color, so I'm okay with using this one. And the colors are not going to mix. So again, I like to tap the color where I want it before I start blending. I'm blending this into the crease, by the way, and into the V. And then what color should I use? I just don't want to go so crazy because I don't have lashes, guys. And if I don't put lashes on, like, this is going to look really crazy. But I really want to try on this color right here. I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's like a silver gold, like, I don't know, like a pewter. I think that's the color I'm looking for, like a pewter color right here. And I'm gonna put this on the eyelid, and I'm gonna grab, no, one. I'm gonna grab this brush right here. So I'm just tapping it on. I did not wet the brush. It's coming out a little bit patchy. I don't know if that's the brush or that's really just the eyeshadow or the primer. Like these are the things that happen when you try on new stuff. Like you don't know what the culprit is, you know? But I'm gonna go in with my actual finger and I'm gonna apply the color. Okay, there we go. Much better. Look at that. Can you guys see it? Ooh, it's a pretty color. And then I'm gonna grab this last one right here, this white tone one that you guys see right here, and I'm actually gonna use that with the one brush that I use to apply all the powders on my brows. And I'm gonna use this to blend out any to blend out the edges right here and also highlight my brow bone. Now we're gonna move on to the face. So I'm gonna show you guys my face up close. As you guys can see, you can, let's actually grab this brush right here. Dust off. I still have some of the powder I used on the brows. Okay, as you guys can see, my pores are still very much there. Also, sorry, it's a scab, like dry skin just there. It was going to interrupt the makeup. But as you guys can see, my pores are still there and my skin does feel smooth to the touch. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna apply a little bit more just to see if it makes a difference. So I'm gonna apply. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know what that scent is. I can't like put my finger on it, like what it is. It smells good though. Hopefully this doesn't make my makeup slide off. And it says to wait 30 seconds. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Another new stuff. We're back to the new. I mean, we've been on new the whole time, but this is the Milani Under Eye Brightener, the Conceal and Perfect. This is in the color 3 Pumpkin. So this one I'm using to pretty much blend out. I'm using this to cover up my veins and my darkness that I have under my eyes. So I usually use the Becca Smashbox Under Eye brightener. I use it in the color medium to tone out some of these veins that I have right here. I have these green veins that just pop out and a little bit of darkness in the inner corner. So I always actually apply this before I apply concealer. So if you've been here before, you already know how I apply my makeup. I actually don't apply foundation until I'm done with everything else under, and then I apply the foundation over, and then we're good to go. So let's go ahead and try this. But this is what it looks like. This is the color Pumpkin, and I pressed a little bit, so I'm just gonna go under here. So any peach color slash, at this point, like this one, pumpkin color, is supposed to cover up any darkness. So I'm using this obviously to cover the darkness in the veins. I'm trying to take out whatever is in here off, so when I close it, it doesn't spill all over the place. And I'm gonna use this right here. I have this dark spot. I have this dark spot here too. These are like my acne scars. Well, the ones I popped. I kind of went on a popping spree of my acne. And then like right here I have this sun mark. And again, I haven't pressed anymore. I'm just using whatever I used the first time around because I don't want this to get super dirty. All right, and then I'm gonna grab this brush right here. This is the concealer one, so I'm gonna use one side and I'm going to start blending it. I'm not using any of my sponges. I'm not using my sponge at all today, guys, and that's like my security blanket, so I'm a little scared of what this is all gonna look like. But I'm just pressing this in to the skin. I'm tapping. So you see my sunspot right here? You can still see it. So I don't know if this is going to be like the best for anyone who has dark circles. And then you can still kind of tell that my veins are there. So it's so-so. I'm going to give it a maybe like a B-. Let's see what happens when I apply concealer over. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camel concealer in the color Light Sand, which is the one I was just using earlier. And again, I'm going to use the brush. Ooh, snap. And I'm just going to apply a little bit, and I'm going to work my way with this. Where did I just put the brush? Oh, here it is. As we can tell, the color is a little bit too light for me. But I'm going to give it up to the concealer because obviously the concealer covered up all that pumpkin color from the Milani corrector. I'm back with the same sponge that I used earlier. This is supposed to be the Camel one. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be meant to be used with this concealer. I stopped using this because I did not like how it would leave my under eyes. I remember it feeling like it did not do anything, but right now, oh my god, look at how smooth that is blending. Okay, sorry sponge for doubting you. Alright, and then the next thing I'm going to use is this, also by Milani. This is the liquid contour. This is in the color Honey. When I bought this, this is the only color that was left, and I'm using this to contour. I'm not using this for anything else. So I'm going to, again, I push until I see like little dots. There you go. It might be a little bit too light. And again, I only go up to this point because I do have dimples, and if I go any lower, this dimple area looks like caved in. So be careful if you have dimples and you're using this. And whatever I have left over, I'm just applying it under the chin. So the color looks a little warm. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. It looks slightly a little warm, but we'll see right now when I blend it out. I'm gonna use the sponge again to blend it out. I think that's why I didn't like this sponge, because if it's something else, it sucks in everything. But this is definitely, like, it disappeared. God damn it. And again, I don't know if that has to do with the sponge, but we're going to apply some more again and see what happens. Ooh, shit. I pressed a little bit too hard. Oops. I pressed a little bit too hard. I think the color is just too light for me. That's really what it is. It's too light for me, where I feel like it's not really doing anything for my skin. Well, for my contour. But we're going to move on because me la voy a pasar aquí pa siempre. I'm going to be here forever, and I'm not trying to be here forever building up a color that I know is just too light for me. For blush, I have the LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush in the color Hot Shot. Ooh, this is slightly red. Ooh! We're gonna... A ver, ahí vamos. Ooh! Pigmented, bro. Oh my god, this is so pigmented. What did I do to myself? Ooh. It smells really good, though. Oh my god, this thing is so pigmented. Do you guys see how my cheeks look? Oh my god, I feel like that doll, the rag doll, when it and the blush is all over the damn cheeks. Oh my god. Guys, this is pigmented. I have not seen one review for this. I actually haven't seen any reviews for anything that I'm trying on today, honestly. I was just like, I'm just gonna put it on and we'll see where we go from there. But oh my god, this thing is so pigmented. So pigmented. And I'm already creasing under the eyes. Let me apply some of this under because it has a bunch of extra on it and I don't want to waste too much of this. I am so guys, this whole concoction of color right now is ridiculous. Oh my god, I can't believe I am this color right now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna go in with foundation. So for foundation, I'm using the Milani Conceal Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This is in the color Sand Beige. I think this color is gonna be a little bit too dark for me, but it's the only actual like foundation that I have that is Drugstore. So I'm gonna go in with the brush, the one that's supposed to be used for foundation, and see where we go. Right now I'm technically nowhere near my tan color. I am in my winter shade. But the problem with this Milani one is in store they only have certain colors, and the one under this has like a pink undertone to it, and I'm olive neutral. Never fear. Foundation is near. That was crazy though. And I am tapping, I'm not dragging because I don't want to move anything of this around. Trust, when the Milani Conceal Perfect conceals, it conceals, because look at that. We don't see any more of the blush, which is fine. If you want to sheer out obviously the blush, this is all you gotta do. Just apply foundation over, because it'll blend it into the skin and it'll be like it was never really on you. As you guys can see. And honestly, with the brush and me tapping it on like this, it looks really smooth. I always worry about applying foundation with a brush because it can leave brush strokes, or it can just suck in so much of the foundation in here. This is like 2.5 pumps. If I do this with a sponge, it's usually a pump. I'm just gonna grab the sponge one last time, and I'm gonna go right here with the same color where I was just at, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit because there's still some left over on the sponge. And the reason why I'm going here with that is because I also need to blend out the concealer a little bit. It did crease, so I want to make sure that I get rid of any of the very pigmented LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush. And no matter what concealer I use, it always creases, so I'm honestly like not surprised that it creased under my eyes. I'm just gonna put one dot here. The difference between the foundation and the concealer is very noticeable, but it's all good. As you can tell, it's very pigmented. I put the one dot and I'm just blending it outwards. This is the finishing powder brush. I'm going to use this one under the eyes first. And this translucent powder has a yellowish tone to it. Damn, they're like packed on the powder. but the brush smells. It has like a chemical scent to it, and I know it's the brush. But I will say the powder did smooth out most of my pores. This is supposed to be like a blurring powder. I'm bringing you guys up close so you guys can tell. But I feel like I look slightly like powdered on. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to blush and bronzer. So for blush and bronzer, I actually have two right here. I actually found these at Walmart 2 weeks ago or a week ago. This is the Wet n Wild, the Sesame Street and Wet n Wild collab. This is the Let's Play Together. These are the complexion trios. So this one has 2 blushes and 1 highlight, and then this one has 2 bronzers and 1 highlight. So I'm gonna start off with this one, which is the bronzer. So I'm gonna grab, which one should I grab? I'm gonna grab this brush right here. This is supposed to be like a contour slash you know, brush that goes in here. This color right here, I'm gonna show you guys the 3 color. These are really good, like if you're gonna go out of town and you just need these little to-go things and you want a couple of options, you can just throw these in the bag. But beware, if you drop them, they will crack and break. I accidentally dropped it when I was leaving Walmart. I dropped it and it cracked. When the highlighter cracked, so I had to go back in there and exchange it. But we're gonna go ahead and go in with this middle color. Actually, I'm gonna mix both. I'm gonna mix both. And I'm gonna bronze my face. So we got some good bronzing here. You guys can see it, but it's giving me like a reddish tone. And I don't know if that's the darker bronzer color in there. So I'm just gonna blend this out right here. And the brush is actually doing a really good job. I always get scared when I use brushes because I don't know if you guys can tell right here, it can lift some of the product off as you're blending. So be gentle, because right here you can tell I kind of took some of the makeup off. It's a little patchy. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if that's the brush that removed that or it's just how it applied. It came off. That's a no-go. That's a no-go. And I like blended out really smoothly and it still like came off. Ugh, I don't like that. And then I'm gonna go in just with the middle one right here. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with the Perfect Pear, which is the one with the blushes, and we have 2 separate colors. So obviously you have the bright pink and then you have the peachy color. Because of this makeup look, I'm gonna go in with the peachy color with the same brush. And it is a pretty color. Let's hope this can save this little area right here that came off. And then we're gonna apply some highlight. So out of the 2, we got a gold. They kind of almost look alike, honestly. Oh snap, I just noticed all the powder. This one is more gold and this one is more of a champagne. So I think I'm gonna go with the let me not drop. I'm gonna go with the champagne. Oh, I'm gonna go with the champagne highlighter with the highlighting brush that comes here in this kit. And it is a pretty, look at that guys. Ooh, you guys see that? I like it. We got the highlight is pretty, guys. It's not like a blasting, it's there, it's noticeable, it's a nice little sheen type of highlighter, and I'm always down with a highlighter like that. Let's go ahead and finish off the eyes. I'm gonna grab this line brush right here. It's technically a concealer brush. It's a concealer duo, so this is to clean up. Would I have known that, I would have used this to clean up my eyebrows, and then right now I'd be using this small smudging brush under my eyes, but it don't matter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that first color, that first brownish red tone color that I use right here, and I'm gonna go under the eyes. And then I'm gonna go in with this cool tone brown that I used, the last one that I used in my V. Oh snap. I'm just gonna join the colors together, and I'm gonna go slightly under that first color I just used. And I'm just gonna go in with this fluffy brush. Is this the one I used for the thing? No, I didn't. I'm just gonna go under here and blend this out. And then I'm gonna go in back with the NYX micro brow pencil, and I'm gonna brush my brows down, and I'm going to fill them in at the top. This is where I refix this corner, because usually when I apply foundation and everything, this kind of like comes off. Okay, we're gonna brush on through. We're brushing up and into the direction that we want the brow to go. Then to set the brows, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Good Brow Setting Gel, whatever this thing is called. And I'm gonna go ahead and run it through. And this is pretty much gonna finish blending out the brow product I just put through the whole brow. And my brows are going to set. I actually really like this. I stopped using it. I don't even know why I stopped using it. Oh, because I was using the PYT one. The PYT is good too, but this one is an oldie but goodie right here. This one can really like hold the brows, and it will not stiffen them up, which is always a plus in my book. But some of these hairs are just not cooperating. I'm completely done with the face. I just need to finish up my brows. I mean my lashes and the lips. I know, I'm sorry guys, this video is taking forever. It's just, you know, the fallas were happening. I was just like panicking because I didn't know what to do. But before I do anything else, like with my lips and my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. So this is what's gonna put all of this together. So right now my face is looking, it's actually not looking that as powdery as I thought it was going to be, but I have like patchiness right here. Ugh. I don't know if it was a brush or what it was, but it just was not working for me. But I usually do this. I wait for it to dry, and then I go in with the sponge. I'm just really scared to go in with this sponge because there was color on this. I don't know what's gonna happen right now. I'm really scared, but I'm gonna do it because, you know, this is usually what I do. I would do this with my sponge on the foundation side, but I don't have a foundation side. I mean, I have a concealer side. Let's see what happens. Okay, nothing's coming out. Okay, cool. So I wait for this to get as close as possible to where it's about to dry down, and then I'm gonna press it in with the sponge so it can blend in with my skin and it can actually not look caked on or powdery. I just wanted to make sure to put all my powder stuff on it before I applied the spray, because once I apply the spray I don't apply nothing else to my skin. So right now we're almost dry, so I'm gonna go in with the sponge. Oh, thank God. And I'm just gonna press it in, and we are set. This spot right here is gonna really bother me. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. For the mascara, it's always going to be the same one. It's Drugstore. It's the e.l.f. The Good Mood mascara in the waterproof formula, because as you guys know, my lashes are flat as hell. Unless I permanently do the lash lift, they will stay down. And I'm also using the e.l.f. lash curler. A little goes a long way, so you don't need to apply 10 million layers of this. And yes, I do apply it on the bottom. Okay, and then for the lips, I'm actually really excited about this. I bought the NYX Shine Loud, what is this? High Pigment Lip Shine. So it's supposed to be a lip color and the lip gloss part on top. But before I apply that, I'm gonna apply lip liner. And for the lip liner, I'm gonna use the Milani Understatement lip liner in the color Rich Cocoa, or 180. And these glide on so smooth. I press my lips and I just let it happen. It blends the lip, so we're gonna just go with that. All right, and then I'm gonna open this. I'm really excited over this. By the way, this is in the color Global Citizen. The color goes on first. So I picked this color because I love a neutral beige color. So these always match the actual color of this. So here we go. Again, fan of the color. I'm always fan of these like nudish colors because they're just like my kind of color. I think I'm supposed to wait for it to dry down. I don't know, Metsipo. I don't know. Okay, I'm supposed to wait 90 seconds for this to dry, and then I apply the gloss over it. I'm like, I had to Google it because I don't know. I've seen like some ads for it, but I just see when they apply like the gloss over it and then they do the little kiss thing and all the other stuff. But yeah, that's as far as I know. Now I'm gonna go in with the gloss portion. This is what's supposed to seal everything and make it shine and lip proof or whatever, transfer kiss proof. So I'm gonna I'm gonna wait a little bit, and while that dries down and does its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair and all the other good stuff, and then I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. As you guys can see, it came out decent. It it gave something, you know. I'm not gonna dismiss what happened to my face. We went through some real trial through this whole process. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you guys what I'm gonna keep and what I'm not gonna keep or not use, because there's no point in me keeping it if I'm not gonna use it. So first things first, we're gonna go from where we started all the way to the end. So the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Woe Glow 30 SPF Sun Protection and Makeup Primer. Honestly, I feel like this is a little bit overpriced. It's $15. I think it was $15 if I'm not mistaken, and I can get the exact same results from the Milani BFF SPF primer that they have. It's an SPF 30 primer. And it's sun protection as well. This one straight up smells just like sunblock, so this is gonna be a no-go for me. I'm not gonna keep this, but what I am gonna keep is this is the e.l.f. Good Vibes Only Soft Velvet Primer. I honestly did like this, guys. I like how it went onto the skin. Yes, I did have to apply a double dose of it, but if you guys actually like really look at my skin, you can't really tell most of my pores. I've been looking to replace my Poreless Putty primer by e.l.f. just because it works, but now it's just like sitting on top of my pores. It doesn't really fill them the way they're supposed to. This right here though, it glided on really smooth. It smelled good. It felt like velvet, and I'm gonna keep this. I really actually did like this, so this is a yes in my book. And then we have these two right here. I'm gonna put them together because they deserve to be together. This color is too off for me. It showed up when I applied it, but when I blended it kind of like disappeared. I don't know if that had to do with the sponge on its own, but I think the color is just too light for me. I should have gone and waited on this one and gotten a darker color, which I believe is ginger. That's the next one up, so I just need to get that one instead of this one. And then for this one, the under eye brightener, I do think this is actually a really good alternative if you cannot afford to get one of the high-end ones like the Becca Smashbox one that I use. This is actually a really good alternative to that. This one's actually a little bit more creamier. The other one does come in a pot and it's more of a cream base. This is more of a liquid. But this is really good if you're looking just to kind of brighten under the eyes and darken a little bit. I actually did like this one. This one's a no-go. This one's a yes. So I'm keeping this one. And I'm returning this. And the Milani eyeshadow primer. So this, I've used this before. I don't know why I stopped using it. I think it's because I started going on concealer and I was like, why am I gonna go ahead and spend money on a primer when I can just use concealer? But now that I'm older and I do have more fine lines in the eyelid and under the eyes, using concealer just kind of creases, and if I don't set it, it still creases weirdly, and then through the day it just makes excess oil. So I actually do like using eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna tell you guys how this works after. Everything I'm gonna use that I use today, I will let you know guys down below how it actually put up. Like, I think this is a really good alternative if you are on a budget, if you can't afford to buy the Urban Decay primer potion. I know that's not for everybody. I think that's like $24. This is $10 I think, or something like that, around there. But this is the more affordable. You don't need to use a lot. This is 0.30 fluid ounces, and I feel like for what you get in here, it's gonna work fine. But this, as of now, I am keeping this. And then let's see, where am I at next? The LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush. Guys, this thing right here is so freaking pigmented. You know, when they used to talk to me about the Rare Beauty, like the blushes, and used to apply, and they said you only a little bit goes a long way. I never got that until I tried this right here. This, you guys saw, I put like the little squiggly line there, and it was so pigmented. I had to cover it with foundation, and that was a mission. Honestly, if you can find these, the color that's on this tube, it's really the color that's gonna show up, because this color right here looked super red and scary. You guys saw what it looked like. This, I think, is really bang for your buck. The only problem is it didn't blend out the way I wanted to. Maybe next time I'll go in with a stipple brush and see how it goes there, but as of now, I think this is a good product to use, inexpensive, and it's so pigmented. If you can buy this and you can find it, get it. All right, and then next, oh, I already put it in the box, but this is the NYX micro brush. You guys can see my brows. They look natural-ish, but it was such a struggle to get this to really like fill in. Obviously nothing can replace my Benefit brow pencil that I use. That one just works. It glides on really smooth. This one was really rough even when I broke in that top part, because you know sometimes you have to warm up the product and then it'll kind of like smooth out. This did not give me that, unfortunately. It was a struggle. You guys saw some of the lines were really dark, and then I had to blend them out, and then the slightest little bit of a blend just didn't work for me. So this is a no for me. I really wanted to give it a try, but it's just a no-go for me at all. And then this, the Honest Beauty Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. So this powder, guys, I'm keeping this. Now I understand why it has so many good reviews. You guys can see my face looks so smooth, and honestly it set my under eyes really good. My eyes are technically not creasing, but usually when I apply powder under here, it looks so drying, and it accentuates my lines and my dark bags. And this did so good, and it set the rest of my face really good. There's no actual tone. I know the color inside looks slightly a little yellow, but this was so good. I'm gonna keep this. I can't believe I actually haven't used this before. It is a little bit more on the expensive side compared to like other setting powders like e.l.f. or Milani, you know, the other type of setting powders, but this, honestly, I feel like it's worth it. It's like the in-between high-end and drugstore, but if you can find this, they have it on Amazon. I'll link it down here. I believe they also have it on Target. I will link everything I use, by the way, everything I have that I use that I tried on, like I will link it down below. But this I will be keeping. I like this. This is the invisible. This is no color. It's just supposed to be invisible, like translucent. So I'm keeping that. That is a go for me. And then, where am I at? Oh, these guys right here. Ooh. These guys right here, they're good to go. They're inexpensive. And I actually do like the two colors that came in here for the blush. This color right here, you guys see it on my skin, like it just looks so pretty. It's neutral-ish. It's slightly a little pink, but a little bit peachy. Like I really like the color. And obviously this pink, hot pinker color is more of what's going like trending right now. It kind of reminds me almost, it's of the bubblegum pink. It's not quite there, but it does remind me. This highlighter though, it came on really nice in the skin, but if you use your finger, like it doesn't apply onto the skin. Like it's weird. I went in with my pinky and I tried to put it in the inner corner and it just would not stick. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I applied like a weird layer over it where it kind of like changed. I don't know, I put like a weird greasy, I don't know if you guys can see, it has like this weird film over it. But if you can find your hands on these, I think these are really good for traveling, to go when you don't want to take so many blushes or highlight. You can just use this one. And this one right here, this one's like a hit miss for me. This tone right here is slightly a little bit too light for me, and this is like the color I would want, but this came out warm and this is cool. I do like that they have the options for both, in case, you know, that you can use this to contour, you can use this to bronze, and then obviously the highlighter, I'm not a big fan of gold highlighter, but if you can find this, I honestly feel like it's a good investment. They're inexpensive. I think it was like $7 for the trio. And to go, again, just be careful when you drop these, because the highlighter is the one thing that cracked when I dropped it. So be careful with these. I think I'm obviously thinking about keeping the blush. This bronzer though, I don't feel like I need it. I'm okay with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. But this one, I really like the two tones of color. In case you can mix both, you can go with one. The highlighter is a nice neutral champagne color. It's not too bright, it's not too glittery, and I really like this one. So this one's the good one for me, so the perfect pair. And then this one, the the best buddies. It's like it doesn't convince me enough for me to want to keep this. So that's something where I'm just like, I don't know if I really want you, you know. And then what do I have next? Oh, right here. All right, and the last couple of products, the Juvia's Place coffee shop palette. There are a lot of options in here, guys. If you can find this, obviously I would 100% recommend it. This is like an everyday neutral type of eyeshadow palette. It has nice unique colors. As you guys can see, look at that color right there. It blended out so nice. I used as many colors as I possibly could without being over dramatic, because obviously I don't wear lashes, so this is as good as it's gonna get. And honestly, like even this color right here, if you forget eyeliner, you can use this as eyeliner. You can literally blend these out and give yourself a smoky eyeshadow look. I 100% recommend this. This is usually always sold out, or it's never available at Ulta. Once it came out, it was like really hard to get. So, but if you can get your hands on this, 100% recommend. I am going to keep this. And then last but not least, this right here, the NYX gloss. What are these? The High Pigment Lip Shine. You guys can see, but let's put this whole proof. You guys see that? Some of the gloss came off, and what looks like my lip liner like puts points of my lip liner, but the actual color did not come off. I actually really like that. I don't know if I can reapply this as I go. I will figure it out. But yeah, I like how it feels smooth on my lips. Usually when you put the first color, like the pigment color, it does feel dry, like dried down, like it's going matte. Do not rub your lips. It will mess up the whole thing and your lips will get stuck. This is what makes everything work. This kind of like seals in the color, because I missed it on one little corner right here. And when I put the gloss and then I try to like rub my lips, it did not blend. It like literally stayed exactly how I applied it. So if you can get your hands on these are a little bit more expensive, but this color right here, which is Global Citizen, pretty neutral color if you're looking for like a nudish to go with a brown lip liner. As you guys can see, it looks really nice. I like it. I like it. The one thing I actually did forget, and I think some of you guys are wondering, so these are the Jessup Beauty brushes. I think they did decent. The problem is they had this weird chemical scent. It was more noticeable in the face brushes than it was in the eye brushes. But they did work really well. As you guys can see, they blended fine, except for like one of those brushes, which is the contour one. It did take off a piece of makeup right here. Again, I went really lightly. I blended lightly and it still came off. So that was kind of weird because it didn't happen on this side. So I don't know if that had to do with more of the primer or the foundation. But I don't know if this is gonna be really something I would want to keep. But as of now, I think they work fine, but you can find cheaper brushes on Amazon, like the BS small ones that I have, that work beautifully and they don't give me a hard time. They blend well, they feel soft. These feel soft too, but some of the face ones, I did get like a couple of bristles on there. So yeah, this is still like a 50-50 for me. I don't even know if I can still return these. I think I already passed the return date. But you know, for the aesthetic, for everything, I think they're fine. I can't compare them to the Ariel ones because I haven't tried the Ariel ones. And then last but not least, the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. As you guys saw, the color looked really light for me, but you can't even really tell right now. Like it brightened right under my eyes. It hasn't creased. It looks like it's not creasing. It looks way better than the regular formula. I tried the regular 16-hour one, and that one was so mattifying for under my eyes. It accentuated the crap out of my under eyes. So, and also I think a lot of it has to do with the powder. I think the Honest Beauty did a really good job with setting under the eyes with this concealer. I am going to keep this. This is in the color Light Sand. Again, it's a little bit lighter, but I think it worked really well for my eyes once everything blended. But yeah, guys, oh yeah, And then the Milani Good Brow, obviously I already told you guys I've used that before. It's good, I like it. But other than that, guys, if you guys have any other type of foundation you guys want me to try, or concealer, drugstore, high-end, let me know down below what you guys want me to try out. If this worked out for you but it didn't work out for me, I'm so sorry. I know everybody's skin is really different. Some of these products will work out for you, some of them will not. But for me, these are the things that worked and did not work for my skin Obviously, I'm combo oily, so it's a little bit more different for other people who are dry or who are like combo normal. So again, it's gonna be different for everybody. For me, this is just what worked. If you guys want to see any more of these videos, please let me know down below. And if you guys like this video, please let me know down below also. And also by liking the video. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace. Oh, I forgot I gotta stop saying that, huh? I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.